Okay, so let's get ready to begin. As usual, check the surroundings, grab as much support as you need to. Don't feel pressure into doing anything that you don't feel comfortable doing, or if it is painful for you to do. So always just monitor your own condition. Okay, and feel free to take a break at any time. Okay, so let's start off with our warm-up. Okay, so just to get our blood moving, just move any way that you prefer. As long as you're kind of getting your heart rates a little bit faster and if you're moving kind of multiple body parts, that'll be good. Okay, let's also loosen up our spine a little bit. Okay, so we are just going to breathe in, bringing our heart up towards the ceiling. Okay, maybe slightly arching our backs. Okay, and as you breathe out, just kind of relax and do the opposite. Okay, and you can slowly exaggerate the motion. Okay, try to open up your shoulders a little bit as well. So slightly pull your shoulders back. Try to open your palms. Okay, maybe point your fingers slightly backwards as well. Okay, so deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, and let's continue for a few more repetitions. Okay, let's see if you can engage your mid-back muscles by bringing your heart or bringing your chest up towards the sky. Okay, we add a little bit of rotation. Okay, so we look towards the hand or one hand, okay, and then coming back. Okay, so we're still opening up and down, but adding a turn, looking towards one arm. Okay, just continue while I let more people in. Okay, and try to almost press both arms out a little bit. Okay, we're feeling a little bit of a stretch in front of the arms. Okay, and let's rotate the entire trunk a little bit. Okay, remember your spine rotates better if you're a little bit taller. Okay, so see if you can reach kind of the opposite side of your hips. Okay, and always just do our best. Doesn't matter how far we're actually reaching. Okay, and let's open up the chest a little bit more. So hands behind our hips if you feel comfortable. If you need to, start moving your feet if it's easier for you to balance that way. Okay, once again, deep breath in, lightly pressing our kind of hands into our pelvis or low back. Okay, while pulling our shoulders back. Okay, and we're going to contract and relax. Okay, so squeeze your shoulders back, press your hands into your pelvis. Pause for half a second to a second. Okay, and then just relax. Okay, if it's fine for your shoulders, you can slowly go a little bit higher up your back. Okay, and same thing as well. Okay, so about 3 to 5 times, kind of contract and relax. Okay, just at your own pace. Okay, and coming back. Okay, let's go forward and back a few times. Okay, so you see if you can rotate your thumb inwards as you reach back. Okay, maintaining a tall spine though. So you're not slouching forward to reach back. You're still bringing your chest up. Okay, we are just flexing the shoulders, which just means bringing it back behind us. Okay, and let's do the opposite. Okay, let's breathe in, reaching up. Okay, maybe less smaller range first. Okay, coming back down. Okay, slowly bring up a little bit high if you feel comfortable. Okay, we'll take it nice and slow. Okay, also bring your chest up along as well. It's very hard to bring our shoulders up or hands up if you are slouching. Okay, and once again, it doesn't really matter how high we actually go. As long as there's a little bit of effort, okay, we are kind of reaching towards kind of maintain our limits. Okay, kind of maintaining the range of motion that we have, that'll be good. Okay, so maybe 1 or 2 more reps. Okay, and the last rep, we are just going to hold it in place. Okay, we're going to open up our palms. Okay, and we're going to alternate trying to just reach a little bit higher up. Okay, maybe breathing in. A little bit of a side bend. For the trunk, maybe a little bit of a stretch next to our kind of diaphragm or our trunk. Shoulders might be a little bit tight. Okay, do it for 2 more reps or so. Okay, and just coming back down. Okay, relax our shoulders. Okay, maybe just go into a gentle circle. Okay, shake things up a little bit. Okay, next one, grab a little bit of support if it makes you, if you don't feel comfortable tilting your head. Okay, but trying to tilt your head sideways. Once again, stop your feet if you don't feel steady this way. Okay, so you're going to reach your ears up towards the ceiling, okay, while reaching both hands down, both shoulders down, feeling just a stretch on the side of the neck. Okay, we're going to hold here for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, slowly come back. Pause as long as you need to feel like you're back to you're steady again. Okay, and when you're ready, only when you're ready, then go to the other side. Once again, pull both shoulders down, reaching up with your ears. Okay, holding for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come back. Okay, once again, pause as long as you need to. Okay, and now let's really go into a bigger circle this time. Okay, bring your spine along. A couple of times each direction. Okay, okay, let's bend the elbows a little bit. Okay, so just bend and extend. Okay, see if you can pull your fingers, move your wrist a little bit as well. So fingers back as you reach back, fingers towards your shoulders as you kind of curl up. Okay, let's go side to side. So when you reach, bend the elbows towards the side, open the chest first. Okay, you just reach behind your ears first and behind your pelvis first. When you feel comfortable, or if it's comfortable for you, you can see to go a little bit farther, but do not go into pain. Okay, we're just trying to kind of lightly touch, kind of reach where our limit is, and we don't need to push ourselves to go too much further. Okay, but if you can, see if you can reach, bring your two hands closer together behind your back. Once again, kind of light effort is fine. Okay, still kind of early. Don't push the shoulders too hard. Okay, we just 1 or 2 more times per side. Okay, and shaking it off again. In. Okay, and we're just going to circle our arms kind of behind side of us. Okay, once again, stand tall, shoulders relax. Okay, 3 to 5 seconds each way, and then change directions. Okay, we're just going to circle in different parts. Okay, even as our arms are up, shoulders down, chest up. Okay, a little bit of tension in the mid-back because we're holding up our arms. Okay, reach into our chest. Okay, compress our arms into our body. Okay, so you imagine you're squeezing like a watermelon or balloon between your chest and your upper arm. Okay, so you should feel a little bit of tension in your upper chest because you're compressing your arm into your body. Okay, same thing with the other arm. Okay, once again, reach towards the midline of your body. Okay, when you go upwards, so one arm up. Okay, we pause a little bit for a second. Try to press your armpit forward a little bit. Reach towards the ceiling. Okay, thumb facing backwards. Okay, and slowly see if you can bring your arm a little bit closer to your ears. Okay, so not just the hands, the upper arm closer to your ears. Okay, just to our own limit. Okay, so just kind of knock on the door, don't push yourself through. Okay, so just take it easy. Okay, same thing on the other side. Reaching upwards, driving our armpits a little forward. Okay, and once again, gently circling above our heads. Okay, try to bring our upper arm closer to our ears. Okay, 3 to 5 seconds each direction. Good. Okay, and let's rotate our shoulders a little bit more. Elbows beside the body. Drive, imagine you try to touch a button behind you with your thumbs. Okay, feel a little bit of tension kind of back of the shoulders. Okay, same thing, but just opposite direction. Okay, you're still trying to press a button behind you with your thumbs. Okay, and reaching the armpits this time. Okay, chest stays tall. Okay, you're rotating your thumb is still facing backwards, so you're rotating your entire arm forward. Okay, but you're not slouching. Okay, so still chest up. Okay, and you're still trying to reach out. Okay, you're just rotating your arm at the same time. Okay, backwards this time, put a plate on beside your head. Okay, reaching out. Once again, elbows forward. Okay, put a plate on your beside your head. Okay, reaching out. Okay, so almost try to open the fingers. Press towards the outside. There might be some tingling, maybe in the fingertips. Okay, okay, a little bit more of a stretch in the nerves of the hand. Okay, so we're just going to put a plate beside the head. You can lightly kind of just use other hand to find your fingers. Okay, especially the ring finger, the pinky. Okay, you lightly just pull towards the shoulders. Okay, and you're just going to kind of gently bring your elbows out, and you might feel almost a stretch along the pinky area or the ring finger. Okay, and you're just going to go gently back and forth a little bit. Okay, still try to open up the shoulders a little bit more. Okay, and shake it out. Okay, and when you're ready, same thing on our side. Okay, so still on plate. Lightly hold on to your pinky and ring finger. Okay, gently move your elbows out. Okay, opening up the chest. Okay, just 3 to 5 times. Just once again to our own limit. Okay, and shake things out. Okay, let me just double check. Okay, and just circle our wrists and fingers. Okay, draw as big of a circle as you comfortably can. Okay, with maybe your index finger, so your entire hand is actually moving a little bit. Okay, so move your fingers. Okay, same thing, pinky this time, the other direction, as big of a circle as we comfortably can. Okay, with our pinky fingers. Okay, and then just kind of wiggle each fingers. Okay, we're going to do almost a wave with our fingertips. Okay, so you're going to make an L, an upside down L, okay, and then curl your fingers up. So if you kind of do this kind of continuously, it looks something like this. Okay, we're going to do the opposite now. We're going to make a C with our fingers, okay, and then close our fist. Okay, and then kind of extend the upper parts of the finger first, coming back out. Okay, so it's the opposite of what we just did. Okay, but once again, if you do it kind of continuously, it looks something like this. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing with our thumbs. Okay, so we'll make an upside down L, curl the ends of our fingers, bring it back up. Okay, and kind of just do it continuously. Okay, and then opposite, we make a C, or curl the upper parts first, the bottom parts. Okay, and then straighten the entire finger out again. Okay, and shake everything out again. Okay, then we just let the person in. So, okay, shake things out a little bit. Okay, so loosen. Let's let the upper body relax a little bit. Go into the hip circles. Okay, so try to relax the upper body. Okay, try to draw a circle all around. Okay, just letting your upper body kind of relax a little bit more. Okay, when you go to the behind a little bit more, so feet armpit width apart, driving our hips back, maintaining a long spine. Okay, knees relatively straight, can be a little bent. Okay, and we're just going to imagine we're reaching down to grab 2 bags of groceries. Okay, and coming back up. Okay, you can hold on to something, or you can just your knees or legs. Okay, the back is still longer. Okay, so don't think of reaching down as much as think of reaching backwards with your hips, sending your hips back. Okay, feel the stretch behind our thighs, our knees. Okay, we're going to do the opposite. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Okay, think of lifting your belt buckle up that way, and think of driving your heels down towards the ground behind you. Okay, so create more distance between the top of your pelvis and the bottom of your heels. Okay, so should feel a little bit of stretch in front of your pelvis. Okay, and if you feel comfortable, kind of contract and relax by sliding slightly more forward with our hips. It can be just a very small motion, okay, but the goal mainly is still trying to separate the top of the pelvis and the bottom of the heel. Okay, contraction and relax about 3 to 5 times. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, so once again, I'm trying to lift the top front of my belt that way, driving my heels down the other way. Okay, and if I maybe just a little bit of shifting my hips forward, okay, but I'm still trying to maintain that distance, maintain the tension. Okay, trying to opening up my hips. Okay, and once again, just take it gently. Okay, and coming back up. Okay, just a little bit of forward and back. Okay, once again, use as much support as you need to, or instead of swinging, you can also just kind of tap forward and back as well. Okay, see if you can lightly pull your hips, your toes a little high up. Try to squeeze your hips a little further back. Okay, once again, to our own comfort level. Okay, safety is always goes first. Okay, and just repeat on the other side. Okay, but think of actively pulling ourselves into a bigger range. Okay, side to side a little bit. Okay, so once again, hold on to something and you can just tap side to side. Okay, and when you feel comfortable, swing a little bit as well. Okay, same thing with the other leg. Okay, let's go into drawing a half circle. So once again, hold on to a chair, hold on to something. Okay, but try to draw a half circle with each leg. Okay, focusing on the I guess quarter kind of behind us. Okay, same thing with the other leg. Okay, once again, you can just kind of tap on the floor. Keep your foot on the floor. Will be easier for balance. But still try to reach behind us a little bit more. Okay, feet maybe armpit width apart, maybe shoulder width even. Okay, toes pointing out slightly. Okay, and this time we're still setting our hips back, but we're bending our knees a little bit more, bending our ankles a little bit more. Okay, but feet stays flat on the ground. Your knees are tracking over our toes, which just means that they're right over it. Okay, and only go down as low as you feel comfortable. Okay, just 3 to 5 times. Okay, feet maybe a little bit wider apart. Okay, so we're still setting hips back, okay, but bending only one knee this time. Okay, we're still not over bending the knees. Okay, we're still pushing our butt back until we feel a stretch just in the kind of groin area of this straight leg. Okay, just 3 to 5 times per side. Okay, this one, when we bring our feet slightly close together, okay, it'll be a little bit harder on the thighs this time, okay, but when we point our fingers in, kind of just set it on top of the thighs, okay, so the low, it can be pretty tiring, so maybe don't go too low. Okay, and we're just going to imagine pressing one arm out. Okay, so we're going to press, straighten out one side, okay, come back, okay, press out on the other side. Okay, when you feel comfortable, then see if you can almost draw a circle around. Okay, so maybe it takes a little bit of coordination, but you're kind of bending forward and then pressing through with one side arm and coming back. Okay, thighs probably start to feel a little tight after you've done it a couple of times. You probably feel a little bit of a stretch in your wrist area as well. Okay, so stay with me, kind of just one last rep. Thighs probably starting to burn a little bit now. Okay, and slowly come back. Okay, thighs probably a little tight, and it's probably a little bit even tingly, a little bit. Get shift things off. Okay, we're going to just do a little bit more the back of the leg. Okay, so we are just going to alternating, lifting the heels up. Once again, use as much support as you need. Okay, more safer is good. Okay, the ankles, okay, just rocking back and forth. Once again, use as much support as you need, or maybe even more. Okay, you're going to lean forward slightly when you lift your toes so that you're counterbalancing, then you're not falling backwards. Okay, and side to side. Okay, turning your high body a little bit, tilting your ankles a little bit. Okay, and the toes, you can just scratch the floor of your toes. Okay, just moving any way you like. Okay, maybe try to lift it off the ground a little bit. Okay, try to spread your toes apart. Okay, just as much as we're able to. Okay, see if you can just lift your big toe up. Okay, you can draw circles with your big toe. Okay, see if you can just lift the other toes up. Okay, see maybe just play around, see if you can lift your big toe, the second and the third toe, the fourth toe, and then pinky. Okay, and the opposite, pinky down first, and then slowly kind of each toe back down. Okay, we're gonna also try and engage the muscle of the foot a little bit. Okay, so think of kind of almost grabbing the floor with your foot, okay, not with your fingers. Okay, so you're trying to create almost an arch with your foot. Okay, maybe it takes a little bit of concentration, takes a little bit of practice. Okay, but this tripod position is when our foot is kind of the most stable. Okay, so let's kind of put it to use. Okay, still kind of holding on to something, but create that tripod of the foot first. Okay, and then stand on one leg. Okay, and see if you can maybe kind of maintain that position while we rotate kind of our ankles on the opposite leg. Okay, your toes does help. Okay, so you still want to spread your toes out. Okay, but you also want to have a little bit of tension in the kind of arch of the foot in order to stabilize the foot and the ankles a little bit. Okay, same thing on the other side. So I'm still kind of creating a little bit of arch first. Okay, spreading my toes apart. Okay, standing on that leg. Okay, sometimes it helps to even tighten up the rest of your body. So we want a stable platform to move our kind of ankles. This applies to other forms of movements as well. Good. Okay, we're going to do a rotation of the rest of the body as well. So giving lower body rest, let's go to the head, spine, and then the shoulders as well. Okay, so we're going to start off in the head. Okay, so we are just going to lightly bring your chin down. Draw your chin across the shoulders. If you have osteoporosis, don't overdo this one. So just do a gentle circle. If you have no spine problem, no osteoporosis, feel free to use a little bit more effort. Okay, but at most still 30 to 50% at most. So just light effort. Okay, so bring it across. Pull one ear up, one ear down. Bring your chest up as you look up. Okay, just the same thing on the other side. So draw a circle. Back down. Okay, once again, as you look up, bring your chest up as well. Okay, and you can just do 1 or 2 times at your own pace. Okay, you might hear a little bit of sound in your spine. Okay, as long as it doesn't hurt. Okay, but once again, you don't need to use a lot of effort. Okay, just light effort is fine. Okay, same thing at the upper and lower back. Okay, we're going to use the cross in the hands as a target. Okay, so we're going to bring that point down. Okay, bring that point across over one leg. Okay, one shoulder up, one shoulder down. Okay, press that middle of that X up to the ceiling. Okay, bring it across the other way. One shoulder up, one shoulder down. And half circle back down. Okay, and just gonna repeat just in the opposite direction. Okay, once again, try to press the middle of the X up to the ceiling. Okay, feeling the mid-back muscle tensing up a little bit. Okay, other one, the hips. This one probably needs something to hold on to. Okay, but we're gonna draw, actually we're gonna do one more first. Okay, so we are just going to lift one leg up. Okay, and we're gonna just sweep the leg back and forth. Okay, try to stand tall as well. Okay, as you sweep side to side with the foot, see if you can bring your knee a little bit further out. Okay, and slowly bring your knee back in. Okay, and we can repeat the same thing on the side. So, sweeping the floor side to side of our foot like a broom. Okay, slowly bring your knee further out. Okay, and slowly bring it back in. Okay, we're going to the circle of the foot. Okay, so we are going to scoop something up with the inside of our foot. Okay, lifting the knees up as high as you feel comfortable. Still trying to stand a little bit taller. Okay, bring your knees out. Okay, while keeping the foot up. Okay, once you reach your limit, drop the foot down a little towards the floor. Drop your knees a little slightly towards the ground. Okay, and then try to point your heel towards the back wall. Okay, feeling a little bit of tension inside the hips. Okay, drive your heels back. Okay, bring your knees back together. Okay, and back down. Okay, and this is the same thing on the opposite direction. Okay, so bend your knees. Okay, always try to pull your toes towards your knees. Drive your heels back. Lift the knee, lift the side of your ankle up towards the ceiling. Okay, when you reach your limit, start to drop your foot towards the ground while trying to lift the knee a little bit higher up than before. Okay, try to bring the inside edge of your foot a little higher up now while bringing the knee towards the front. Okay, and back there. Okay, you can just do one more time at your own pace. Okay, so just think of it as a very exaggerated circle. Okay, and both hips gets a little bit tight. Okay, just go to your own comfortable level. Okay, don't necessarily push yourself too hard. Okay, and just same thing on the other leg. Okay, just at your own pace, 1 or 2 times. Okay, I'm just going to move my arm out of the way. Okay, if you're not comfortable standing on one foot, definitely hold on to something a little bit more. Okay, don't necessarily go so high up. Okay, and I have to maintain a little bit of tension for the rest of my body in order to be kind of stabilized. Okay, and make sure you can still breathe in and out. Okay, so I'm not squeezing as hard as I can, just at least a little bit of tension. Okay, so when you move our limbs, think of it almost like a crane. The base has to be stable, the arms has to be stable in order for the ends of the crane to move freely, otherwise it's going to collapse. Okay, so that was a kind of a very long, kind of long or part of this sort of training as well. Okay, so we are still going to continue. Let's take a little bit of break while we kind of grab. We're going to use the stick again. Okay, so we'll just take a little bit of a break first. While everyone can, if you have a stick, you can grab it. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can still move along. Drink enough fluids. Okay, I'm going to grab an orange stick so it's easy to see. Okay, and once again, you don't have to do the entire class either. It's actually, even this is kind of work, especially these things, this can be actually pretty tiring. Okay, but if you have a stick, we're just going to once again opening up the shoulders, the spine a little bit more today, kind of similar to what we did for the past, I think, 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, so kind of still hold the stick roughly hip height. Okay, so the, kind of when you bend your knee, bring your knees up, that crease of the hip is roughly the level of the rod. Okay, you can go wider, more narrow, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, and we are still just going to focus on opening the chest up a little bit more. Okay, by kind of breathing in. Okay, once again, just go to your own comfort level first. Okay, take it easier the first couple of reps. Okay, and when you bring your arms up, think of lifting the chest up as well. Okay, so don't just, it's very hard to lift my arms up when I'm this way. Okay, I really need to bring my chest up for my shoulders to move more freely. Okay, so once again, big chest. Okay, kind of just going as far as we feel comfortable without going into pain. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of tension. So once again, we're going to engage the muscles in the back by lightly pulling the stick apart while we are lifting it overhead. Okay, make sure you can still breathe in and out. Try to pressing your armpits forward. Okay, as you come back down, lightly press the stick together. Okay, and we're going to do 3 to 5 repetitions. Okay, so pull apart as we lift it up. Okay, just at our own pace. And once again, think of driving, pushing our armpits forward, bringing our chest up. Okay, pressing the stick lightly together as you come back down. Okay, let's do 1 or 2 more repetitions. Okay, so pull as we go up. Okay, just a light effort. Okay, chest up, armpits forward. Okay, and pressing it together as we come back down. Okay, we have 1 last repetition. Okay, so pull it apart. Chest up, armpit forward. Press it together to bring it back down. Okay, and relaxing in between. Okay, so let's rotate a little bit of rotation. So we can add maybe the stick to end. Okay, so we are just going to turn. Let's turn side to side a little bit. Okay, so entire body kind of rotates. This should be pretty easy. Okay, we're going to make this a little more difficult. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing as we did in the warm-up. Okay, we're going to set our hips back. Okay, spine still tall. Okay, so this would be a short spine. This would be a longer spine. Okay, so once again, you're not so much sitting down so much. Okay, you are more setting your hips backwards, and your upper body automatically kind of folds forward a little bit. Okay, now try to do a little bit more rotation. Okay, so now we cannot use our lower body to help so much. Okay, you can kind of even look towards the direction that you're turning. If you have osteoporosis, once again, don't go too far. Okay, so but always maintain a tall spine. Look towards where we're trying to go. Okay, kind of just a light effort. Okay, so pause for a second, coming back. Okay, walk it off a little bit. If you're dizzy, definitely maybe hold on to something, pause. Okay, so it's much harder than this because we can't rely on our lower body to help. Okay, we have to more use our entire spine to rotate, okay, and also our shoulders. Okay, we're gonna make this a little bit more difficult, similar idea. So when we pull the stick apart, we are using more of the back muscles. Okay, when we push it back together, we're using more front. Okay, so we're gonna do almost the exact same thing, but when we turn this time, we're gonna lightly pull the stick apart as we turn. Okay, but we're also gonna do it in that hinge position. Okay, so still setting our hips back. Okay, making our spine longer. Okay, so think of maybe kind of stretching your head that way. Okay, this time we're gonna lightly pull the stick apart as we turn. Okay, lightly pressing the stick together as we come back in. Okay, and once again, pull. Okay, push. Okay, pull and push. Okay, and look towards where you want to go. So our body follows our eyes. Okay, just last rep or so. Okay, and always try to maintain a tall spine. Okay, shaking off a little bit. Okay, so now we are going to work on overhead a little bit more again. Okay, so this time we are going to put the stick in front of us. Make sure the stick is not going to slip too much. Okay, so maybe carpet will probably work better. Maybe you can anchor against the wall. Just make sure the ends doesn't easily slip. Okay, so we are still working on moving arms overhead. So we have it arms outstretched. Okay, and we're just going to, you can have it on the, probably the end will be easier to handle, easy to manage. Okay, and you're just going to use a stick to help us reach a little bit overhead. And we're just going to set our hips back. Okay, once again, just go to your own comfort level. Okay, so we're just using the stick to help us reach overhead. So a lot of times a lot of people are a little bit stuck. Okay, think of reaching backwards to the hips. Okay, and you can kind of just contract and relax a little bit. So just gently go to just whatever your limit is. Okay, and you can slowly just kind of knock on the door. Okay, so just very gently go to the end. Okay, and backing out a little bit. Okay, so now comes a little bit harder part. Okay, once again, don't go overdo it. Okay, and if you feel more comfortable, even have maybe even a chair to hold on with the other side. Okay, just so you have a little more support. Maybe even like this. Okay, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, so now this is the hard part. Okay, just once again, be very gentle with yourself. Okay, so you're gonna lightly press it. So you go to the end range where you feel just a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of tightness. Okay, not too much. Okay, you're gonna gently, very gently press the stick into the ground in this stretch position. Okay, so you're gonna start off very gentle, even 5% effort. Okay, if that feels okay for you, maybe 10% effort. Okay, so it's still very light. Okay, and you're just lightly driving the stick into the ground. Okay, deep breath in out. Okay, so we'll use at most 30% of my efforts. Okay, so light effort, don't do this too hard. Okay, now comes the hard part. Okay, so this one, it's probably more comfortable when you hold the stick actually with the thumbs facing upwards. Okay, now very light effort. You're trying to lift the stick off the ground. Okay, it's probably not actually going to move, but you're going to feel the effort in the back of the arm, kind of the shoulder, the back area. So you just apply a little bit, very slight effort. So imagine you have a $200 bill underneath the stick. You need to slide it out. Okay, your stick doesn't have to move very far up. Okay, just decrease the pressure so that someone else can slide it out a little bit. Okay, and just breathe. Okay, and coming back. Okay, so your upper back probably getting a little tight, a little sore. Back of the arm also a little sore. Okay, and sometimes we can check. Okay, so maybe raise one arm compared to the other. See if there's a difference. Okay, so one arm is probably a little bit easier than the other. So we're just constantly trying to be able to pull our arm into position. Okay, we're not just letting gravity pull it up, okay, but just take it very, very gentle because we are at the end range, our limit. Okay, so you have to be very gentle with this. Okay, so shake it out a little bit. And if you have previous issues with the shoulder, okay, just don't push it at all. Okay, go see a physiotherapist to work out whatever problems you have first. Okay, and we're just going to repeat on the other side, and this is probably the last one we do for today. Okay, so once again, either probably hold, if you can, probably hold it with the thumbs facing the ceiling. Okay, and once again, we are just going to gently go to a limit first. Okay, so you can just kind of, once again, knock on the door. Okay, so just slightly reach it and then slowly coming back. Okay, and just slowly just find out where your limit is. Okay, once again, we are not trying to go through it. Okay, sometimes you can gently move it, your arm side to side a little bit. Okay, make sure the stick does not slip. Okay, once you kind of know where your limit is, we're going to just apply a little bit more pressure. Okay, we're going to slightly, very gently drive the stick into the ground. Okay, once again, just start off even with just 5% effort. You can gently increase it a little bit more if you want to, but still light effort. Okay, and you can still try to set your hips back a little bit more if you feel comfortable. Okay, the other hand, probably hold on to something that becomes more comfortable. Okay, now even more gentle. So think of a $100 bill beneath the stick. Okay, you're just trying to decrease the pressure on that $100 so someone else can slide it out. Okay, once again, start out really, really light effort. Okay, the stick is probably not going to move at all. Okay, but the pressure from between the floor and the stick is just going to decrease a little bit. Okay, you can kind of contract and relax. Okay, so you think of lifting slowly, slightly. Okay, you probably can't hold it for long, and then just put the stick back down. Okay, if you feel comfortable, you can hold it for a little bit longer, but once again, just be gentle. Okay, and slowly coming back out. Probably a little stiff. Okay, I'd like to move our feet a little bit. You can feel a little bit lightheaded just because our blood pressure is kind of changing. Okay, blood is kind of getting more kind of away from my head. Okay, so hold on for as long as we need to feel steady again. Sit down, definitely sit down if you need to. Lean against the wall even. Okay, and let's double check again. Okay, so just check. Okay, check both arms. Okay, probably maybe a little bit more even this time. Okay, but the goal, once again, I'm a little tight actually as well. But the goal is if you can cover your ears with arm, okay, without having to do like something like this. Okay, so a lot of people can't lift, so they raise shoulders a little tight, so they do something like this. Okay, but we're trying to open the shoulders a little bit more and extend it back. Okay, so definitely shake things out. Okay, let's maybe put the stick away. The time's almost up. Okay, let's stretch out the shoulders a little bit. Okay, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so just very gently, just a classic shoulder stretch. Okay, focus on the breathing now. Just trying to make your breathing a little bit lighter. Okay, a little bit deeper. And a little bit slower. Okay, if you have trouble kind of reaching your elbows, you can also just reach for your wrist. Okay, and gently pull your arm into your chest. That also works as well. Okay, last one, we are just going to stretch the side of the shoulders. Usually when we reach up, this engage quite a bit as well, okay, because it rotates our shoulder blade upwards. Okay, so either grab the bottom of the seat. If your wrist allows for it, you can sit on your hand with your fingers towards yourself. Okay, and you're going to press your palm into the chair, and you might feel a stretch already in the forearm. Okay, if it's too tight for you, just don't press as hard, or just go back to reaching around underneath the chair. Okay, but you're trying to create more space between your shoulder and your ear. Okay, so I'm going to tilt the other way so there's more space. Okay, I'm also going to apply just a very light pressure. Okay, just to my own comfort level. And I'm still gently pressing down with my hand. Okay, and I'm going to change angle a little bit. Okay, looking towards my armpit. Everything else is more or less the same. Okay, slowly come back out. Pause as long as you need to. Okay, and just whenever you're ready, you can repeat on the other side. Okay, so I feel a little more tightness on my right hand in the wrist area. So I'm going to probably take a little more time here, take it a little easier. I'm just trying to breathe through the tension. Okay, use that breath almost to tell our body to relax a little bit more. And I'm still gently pressing down through my palm into the chair. Okay, I'm going to change angle a little bit again, looking towards my armpit. Still trying to take a deep breath in and out. Okay, and once again, slowly coming back out. Okay, shake everything out. Okay, because we've been kind of sitting up straight for so long, sometimes we just need to move our spine a little bit again. My head, back and neck feels a little tense, so I'm just going to gently pull my neck into a little bit of flexion. Okay, so depending on where you feel still tight, maybe just spend a little more time in those areas. Okay, so definitely a little bit over time, but definitely over time. So thank you for coming, everyone. If you have any questions, I'm still going to be around. Otherwise, see everyone next time. Good job, everyone. Bye.